gatekeep that shit so that we cannot excavate this stuff and find out what's truly under the soil. Because as we see with Mexico, all those mounds down there, all those pyramids down there, at one time they were considered mounds. They were considered mounds. They weren't called pyramids. Nobody allegedly didn't know that there were pyramids up under there, right? It's the same thing with these mounds here. And the pyramid in Buckeye Lake proved it. I believe that Cahokia, all those pyramids under there, those mounds, are really just pyramids. I believe that there are pyramids all around us and we just don't know. There are a ton of mounds around us that we don't even know are mounds. We just think that they're hills. All right? There's so much evidence showing that the Mayans made it to the America. That they were here. I'm not going to say made it to, that they were already here in what we call the United States, in the Caribbean. Hell, they may have already been all the way up in Canada. I don't know. But there's evidence that they have been here. And this is my theory. Which will be, I guess, conjecture and hypothesis. My hypothesis when it comes to Mesoamerica is that the Mayan, out of all the civilizations that are kind of the big names of the Mesoamerican civilizations, I think the Mayan is probably one of the original ones, right? Shout out to the brother Cremio and many other people on YouTube who share their information. Those people who look like me, who look like Hispanic, who look white, and what have you, that are sharing this information, sharing the documentation, all this stuff. They have shown, especially Cremio, he have shown that why this guy keeps slowing down. I don't even know, man. Kind of frustrating. But there's a lot of documentation showing that the so-called Aztecs are new arrivals. That they are new arrivals. That they haven't always been here. And my theory is that the Aztecs came from somewhere else. That's my theory. My theory is that they came from somewhere else. Maybe even not even the Americas. I'm thinking honestly that the Mayan, that the Aztecs and even the Incan are a mixed group of people. Okay? Now, what they always taught us in bullshit history is that the Mayan and the Aztec were two distinct groups of people, and that the Aztec is a much newer group. The Incan, a much newer group. However, their cultures or their structures were very similar. Now, mind you, the Mayan, they say that the Mayan is an older group of people. They say that like I said, the Aztecs are much newer. Now, mind you, the Mayan and the Aztec lived in the same general area. And bullshit history tells us that they tell us that that these people were never in contact with each other. But then at the same time, they say that they were in contact, but they weren't in contact with each other. Now, make that make sense. How is it that a civilization as advanced as the Mayan civilization, who literally live within 100 miles of each other, never made contact with each other? The Mayan civilization spanned several hundred miles, yet they didn't ever want to meet the people who was next door to them. Make that make sense. That makes absolutely no sense at all when it comes to the Mayan interacting with the Aztecs and the Inca. They always try to make it sound like these people were so primitive. What are y'all trying to hide? What are y'all trying to hide? These people had such an advanced calendar and dating system and so many other things, right? But yet they didn't know how to travel. They didn't know how to they didn't know how to domesticate animals to ride on. They didn't know how to make boats to travel far lengths on. According to, as our brother Yubi says, the Charlatan Web, right? But there's a lot of research showing that they had horses here, that they had elephants, that they sailed the seas, they made it over to Asia, different parts of the world, right? But my working theory is that I'm starting to believe, with the little bit of evidence that I have, is that the reason why the Mayan and the Aztec and Inca had similar structures to each other, or damn near identical structures to each other, was because they were probably belonging. Okay, so anyone who does not know, because I'm backstepping a little bit, the ancient biblical kingdoms, Israel, Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, Lebanon, all those ancient civilizations that we read in the Bible, they actually resided here within the borders of the Americas, North and South, Central America, Caribbean, whatever, right? They were here. So all those countries back then lived within a close proximity of each other. And usually when cultures live within a close proximity of each other, or civilizations live in a close proximity of each other, they usually share similarities when it comes to, cultural things like food, dance, music, religion, and building style. For example, look at Asia. Look how big East Asia is, yet the Koreans, Chinese, Japanese all share similar style and structures. Well, I think the reason for that is, in China in Asia is because the Chinese, they all share similar ancestors, and a lot of those nations stem from the Chinese Empire, like Japan, for example, and Korea. Their origins stem from China, right? So it only makes sense that they share similar cultures, right? Well, I think here in the Americas, when it comes to Mesoamerica, I believe that those ancient biblical kingdoms were here, and they built a lot of those structures, right? And that the Mayans are the only true, full descendants of those civilizations that were here, right? I feel like they are the full-blooded American Indians, while the others, or descendants of not just only full-blooded American Indians, but full-blooded descendants of the ancient Babylonians, Egyptians, Israelites, so on and so forth, right? I believe that the Aztec and Inca, because mind you, when you look at the charlatan's web, as our brother UB says, or like the bullshit history as I call it, those people say that the Incan Empire only had been around for a few hundred years before the Europeans came, and that the Aztecs has only been there for a few hundred years before the Europeans came. So that tells me a lot. That tells me the reason why those structures are very similar is because more than likely the Mayans, who descended from all those ancient civilizations, because it's evident that the Mayans did a lot of moving around. I believe that the Mayan, because that's a false name, that's a misnomer, Mayan, right? Aztec, Mayan, Incan, all that are misnomers. That's not their real name. But the ancient people who built those structures, they lived all over the parts of the Americas. And when the invaders came in, because there's research showing that there were invading people who came from Asia, I believe when they came in, they mixed with the people that were there. You can read about this in literature that was written in the 1800s. I believe that they mixed with the people who were there, and they made new nations. And they used the old structures that were already there, that the indigenous people that were living there were already using. I believe that they used those structures, and they made their new kingdom called the Incan Empire, the Aztec Empire, right? So that's my working theory right there, which is why they're being told, or we're being told that they're different people, yet they share similar culture and structures. Because I believe that the Aztec and the Incan, they're mixed race people, while the Mayan are pure blood descendants of those ancient nations, right? While the Mayan and the Incan, they are descendants of the nations that came after. They descend from the Asian nations that came after. Sorry, I'm back. I had to pause. I'm probably going to pause again. I arrived at this customer, so. But yeah, That is my working theory, that the Aztec and the Mayan are mixed race, because there's a specific book that talks about how the Mongols came over here. Actually, it's like 2 different books. Talk about how the Mongols came over here and they mixed, and that the leaders, like Montezuma, for example, I'm talking about the king, not the deity. The king, Montezuma, was mixed of Mongoloid descent, and so was the king of the Incan. I can't remember his name right now, but I believe that they're mixed race people, or mixed nation people, that they descend from the Mongoloids and also the indigenous people that were there living in those ancient structures already, right? Sorry guys, I'm about to pause this. Had to pause. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. Damn, I just thought about it. I may have to go into some fuel. Go and fuel up. Trying to think of where I want to take my 30-minute break. Definitely gonna have to take a 30-minute. I'm trying to work more than what I usually work. Usually I would do like about 8 to 10 hours, but I'm trying to do more like 11 to 12 hours. And see, with trucking, the way we get paid, like at least at the company I'm at, we don't get paid per hour. We get paid hourly in some cases, specific situations, but we get paid per load and mileage, right? So spending more time on the road doesn't always translate to making more money, and that's the sucky shit. But I try to do more loads, which does take more time to do in some cases. If everything goes swimmingly, you ain't gotta worry about. You really don't have to worry. You can make a lot of money out here, especially if they have the loads, and they have nothing goes wrong. A lot of stuff can go wrong out here on the road. Man, okay, good. There's a lot. At least I think that those are empties, but I'm not sure. Yeah, one of those things is trying to look for empties, trying to get empties, right? My truckers, they know that, if you're a company driver, they want you to have empties, right? When you pull in to these pickups, right? So I got to pick up after this delivery. Yeah, I got to pick up after this delivery, so. And the place I'm going to, they require me to have an empty. And I'm hoping that this isn't no damn live load, because sometimes, I want to say probably 10% of times when I go to this customer, it's a live load. But that's, like I said, it's rare. It's rare, so I'm just hoping that rarity doesn't happen today. Not gonna make that. Backing into this parking spot. I'm gonna pause this video for now. now. I am sneezing. Man. My job comes a lot of sneezes. Like, seriously, it comes a lot of sneezes. Oh, take this thing directly. Still not on their timer. I don't have to tighten this thing up some more. But yeah, with my job comes a lot of sneezing. It's because I have to clean out dusty ass trailers, and then some of these lots that I go to pick up containers and stuff like that be like super dusty. Like even our lot that we go into that I pick up my truck out of, super dusty. Man. Anyways, yeah, I need to go and get some fuel. Then after that, head up to the place where I need to get my load. Hopefully, I can get my 30-minute restart up there, because it can be kind of like I'm not gonna say like I mean, I guess I can. It'll kind of be like a lengthy process, you know, checking into the place and then getting my containers. So by the time I'm done, as long as I'm creeping, you know, at like 5 miles and under, or under 5 miles per hour, I can reset my clock to 8 hours. Well, I think I only got like 5 hours left, but still, you know, 5 hours of work. Oh wow, they got Age of Empire lo-fi beats? Hell yeah, that's dope. I'm about to listen to that. Oh man, that is absolutely hideous, dude. Why you do that to your car? Yikes. Wait, what? What the hell is going on? Man, I feel bad. There was his brother yesterday. He came up to the same, like, he was on this road that I'm on right now. And the damn truck up there, he ended up knocking off this work truck's mirror. And I'm just like, damn. I mean, no wonder why he did that, because you guys, y'all parked your damn truck in the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta make these little sharp turns. Like, I mean, honestly, I feel like he shouldn't be at fault, because it's like, why is that truck in the road knowing that there's big ass semi trucks that come down this road? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Y'all definitely shouldn't have y'all trucks in the middle of the road. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, that is the situation. That brother, man, you can tell he had to call his company, and they had to call, you know, their company. Oh shit, man, I'm in the wrong fucking lane. Because of what happened. And that's just so lame. So lame that, I mean, it's like, why the hell y'all park out? Like, because when I was squeezing through, I was close to hitting their mirror that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta do something, man. Like, dude had to get out the way. Like, he was over there, like, messing with the mirror. And he had to step aside, just showing that there was not enough room, you know, for them to have that truck, that work truck there in the middle of the damn road, man. Yeah. This place over here, it's called Uranus, India, or Uranus, India, and it says fudge from Uranus, because I guess they sell fudge. That's hilarious. Fudge from Uranus. That is some Caucasian shit, man. I'm telling you. How we come up with silly shit like that, man? Yeah. Hopefully this pilot I'm going to isn't backed up with trucks. Because if it is, then my ass just gonna drive right past. And it just is what it is. And I think I'm gonna do that anyway, because it looks pretty packed from where I'm at. And this is actually still on the way where I need to go, so that's cool. And then this guy in front of me, man, what is he doing? Dude, there's a green light. Are you gonna go? Okay, he's taking his sweet little time. I ain't mad at you. My guy, he ain't afraid of tipping. Packed. I'm gonna have to get fuel later. I said it's packed. What are you doing, sir? Why are you out on the road? Let him go. Let him go. I would say that I'm not surprised. Can't really hear it. It's low. Age of Empire 2 lo-fi. It's interesting. And they have lo-fi of all music, like oh Lord, what they got going on up here? This road better not be blocked off, because this is the way I need to go in order to go
Got a little line, power line up there.
They got a down power line?
And they let cars through on trucks.
Okay.
Where you going?
Delaware? Yeah, well, I'm going up to, I mean, I could go the other way. I can get on the highway, but
Okay.
yeah. Thank you. Let's see if I can find another route. Another way to get there. I could. Yeah, I'll just take the long way, damn it. Let me see if I can still find. See, this is the BS I'm talking about, like with trucking. Like, I mean, it's funny because since I made that statement this morning, the crazy thing is like everything started to go downhill. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it seemed like everything started to go downhill from earlier today. Me saying that, oh, my day is going fine. It's like that's usually how it is. It never lasts. Let me different way to this place without taking a longer way around. There could be a workaround.